Have you ever looked in the mirror and felt like something was off, but couldn't quite put your finger on it? You've taken care of your skin. Your outfit is flattering. You feel confident, but somehow you still look tired or older than you feel on the inside. Here's the truth no one tells us. After 50, our hair becomes one of the biggest signals of age, and unfortunately, most of us are unknowingly making hair choices that are adding years to our appearance. It's not about vanity. It's about alignment. When your outer self reflects your inner strength, something magical happens. You walk into a room and people notice your energy, not your age. But are you making one of the 5 most common hair mistakes that instantly age women over 50? In this video, we're going to uncover exactly what those mistakes are, with practical fixes that you can start using today. From color traps to outdated cuts, these subtle missteps might be sending the wrong message without you even realizing it. And here's a quick tip. We're not just talking about hair. We're talking about how you show up in the world bold, beautiful, and timeless. Let's get started with the first mistake that even confident, stylish women fall into. And a powerful tip from a woman named Eileen, who found her glow again after 63. Perfect. Let's keep going. 900 words. 500 characters. Eileen was 63 when she realized her hairstyle hadn't changed in over 20 years. She had kept the same shoulder length, straight cut style since her early 40s. It was safe. It was familiar, she said. But one day, during a brunch with her daughter, someone asked if they were sisters, not because Eileen looked young, but because her hair made her look older than her daughter. That moment stung. Many women over 50 make the same mistake. We hold on to a haircut because it once worked. It framed our face during our prime career years, or matched the energy of our 30s. But what used to be flattering can now drag down our features, highlight sagging, and erase the softness our face needs as it matures. According to Dr. James Chen, an expert in age-positive beauty psychology, the key after 50 is adaptive style evolution. This means allowing your haircut to evolve with your face, not against it. Here's why it matters. As we age, our bone structure becomes more defined, and we naturally lose volume in the cheeks and jawline. A haircut that was once sharp and bold might now feel severe or too angular. Without movement, texture, or lift, hair can frame the face in a way that emphasizes wrinkles and downturned features. What to do instead? Embrace soft layers. Ask your stylist to introduce subtle, face-framing layers. Not only do they add movement, but they soften the edges of the face and lift your look. Opt for mid-length or shorter styles with volume. A well-shaped bob, a soft pixie, or a textured lob can make you look instantly refreshed. Don't fear the scissors. Strategic length can give you years back. Update every 2 to 3 years. Even small tweaks to length, shape, or parting can make a big difference. Evolution over reinvention. Remember, hair is your frame, and no masterpiece is complete without the right one. Have you ever imagined starting each day with more energy, health, and confidence? My special calendar, 365 Days of Health, Beauty, and Wisdom, has been carefully created with practical tips and daily inspirations that will transform your routine and renew your vitality after 50. Don't wait any longer to live your best days. Click the link pinned in the first comment to get your calendar now. Eileen eventually visited a stylist her daughter recommended. With a few subtle changes, adding volume at the crown, shaping the ends, and lifting the front, something incredible happened. Not only did she look fresher, she felt it. Her coworkers complimented her. Her husband noticed. But most importantly, she said, I started seeing myself again. Let that be a reminder. Just because something worked once doesn't mean it still serves you. The most powerful transformation sometimes begins with a single, brave haircut. And now, let's look at a mistake many women make when it comes to hair color, especially those hoping to cover the gray. Let's go. Great. Let's keep that energy flowing. Meet Monica, 58, a retired teacher from Oregon who loved her jet black hair. For years, she used the same box dye shade she started with in her 30s. I didn't want anyone to see the gray, she said. But as time passed, Friends began asking if she was feeling tired or stressed, even when she was well rested and happy. The problem? Her hair color had become too dark for her changing features. Here's the truth. As we age, our skin loses some of its natural contrast. It becomes slightly more translucent, lighter, and sometimes takes on a cooler or more yellow undertone. Deep, dark hair colors like black or very dark brown can create harsh lines and shadows, accentuating wrinkles, dark circles, and sagging. According to Dr. Williams, a specialist in color psychology and aging aesthetics at UCLA, overly dark hair can act like a spotlight on facial aging. It increases the visual contrast in all the wrong places. Instead of hiding the years, this mistake can actually make us look more tired, more rigid, and even older than we really are. What to do instead? Go 1-2 shades lighter than your natural dark. If your natural color is dark brown or black, consider softening it to a warm chocolate or deep chestnut. This keeps the richness but avoids harsh contrast. Add dimension with highlights or balayage. Strategically placed highlights around the face can lift your features and reflect light. Think honey, caramel, or toffee tones for a glowing effect. Blend the gray. Don't battle it. More and more women over 50 are embracing blended gray, mixing lowlights and highlights to create a natural, graceful transition that still feels youthful and modern. Warm up the undertones. Cool, ashy tones can flatten the complexion. Warm tones like golden brown, warm blonde, or soft auburn can bring warmth and radiance to mature skin. Color as illusion. Just like makeup or clothing, hair color creates an optical effect. When you choose colors that harmonize with your skin, eyes, and personality, the result is soft, balanced, and elegant. Let's take Monica's story. After years of DIY box dye, she finally consulted a colorist who gently lifted her black hair to a deep golden brown, then added fine caramel ribbons near the temples and crown. The change? Immediate. I didn't even change my makeup, Monica said, but suddenly, everyone kept asking if I had gone on vacation. They said I looked rested. It wasn't surgery. It wasn't filters. It was color applied with intention. Bonus tip. Watch for root contrast. One of the most aging visuals is a solid dark base with stark gray or white roots. Instead of constant root touch-ups, blending in soft tones and light, reflecting hues reduces maintenance and looks more natural. According to a Harvard study on visual aging cues, individuals with softer hair contrast and warmer tones were perceived as 8 years younger on average than those with flat, dark, or high contrast coloring. Hair color isn't just a cosmetic choice, it's a strategy. And it should change just as our skin, lifestyle, and energy change. Now that you know how color can age or rejuvenate you, let's move into a sneaky mistake many stylists don't warn about: thinning and overlayering the hair after 50. You might think it adds volume, but it could be doing the opposite. And this one includes our second calendar, CTA. Ready to continue? Let's keep the momentum going. This next one is a big eye-opener for many women. Vivian, 61, from Savannah, Georgia, sat in the salon chair, confident she was doing the right thing. Her stylist had just recommended a fresh update, lots of layers, texturizing shears, and thinning out the ends to remove bulk. At first, it felt light and breezy. But within 2 weeks, Vivian's hair was limp, hard to style, and oddly flat. And she wasn't alone. After 50, one of the most common mistakes stylists make, often with the best intentions, is overlayering or using thinning shears too aggressively. The goal might be to add movement or reduce heaviness, but for mature hair, which naturally becomes finer, drier, and more fragile over time, this can backfire quickly. The problem with too many layers after 50: as we age, we often lose hair density, especially around the temples, crown, and sides. What used to be thick and bouncy in our 30s now needs strategic shaping and support, not aggressive thinning. Dr. James Chen explains, over-thinned or overly layered hair can exaggerate scalp visibility, remove natural volume, and create a stringy appearance that's hard to recover from. The worst part? The hair often looks even thinner after styling, especially in natural light. Signs you've gone too far. Your hair doesn't hold its shape anymore. The ends look wispy or uneven. You constantly try to fluff it up to add volume. The scalp is more visible in photos. Styling takes twice as long, but results in half the volume. Sound familiar? What to do instead? Ask for structured volume, not random layers. Focus on volume at the crown or upper sides, not random layering all over. Your stylist should design intentional shape, not just texture. Use blunt ends to create the illusion of fullness. A slightly blunt edge gives hair strength, movement, and thickness, especially for fine or aging hair. Consider long, invisible layers that blend subtly without chunking or over-texturizing. Help keep the hair full and healthy looking. Invest in volume-supporting products. Look for lightweight mousses, scalp-lifting sprays, and volumizing powders, but skip heavy serums or oils that flatten fine strands. Have you ever imagined starting each day with more energy, health, and confidence? My special calendar, 365 Days of Health, Beauty, and Wisdom, has been carefully created with practical tips and daily inspirations that will transform your routine and renew your vitality after 50. Don't wait any longer to live your best days. Click the link pinned in the first comment to get your calendar now. Vivian went back to her stylist 6 weeks later. This time, she asked for more fullness at the base, fewer layers, and blunt ends to help frame her face. The difference was dramatic. Her hair suddenly held its shape again. Blow drying took half the time, and that natural bounce she hadn't seen in years, it returned without any added products or complicated routines. She said, "I looked in the mirror, and my hair felt strong again, like it belonged to a woman who hadn't given up on her power." Hair should never feel like a compromise. It should feel like armor, a crown that reflects who you are today, not who you were decades ago. Remember, your haircut isn't just about what's removed, it's about what's preserved. And now, let's talk about a major culprit that goes beyond style. It's something that many women ignore for years until it starts to show in every photo. Mistake number 4, ignoring hair health: dryness, frizz, and dullness. Awesome, let's dive right into it. This next one speaks straight to the root of lasting beauty. When Clara, 67, looked at old photos of herself, it wasn't just the youthful glow she missed, it was the shine in her hair. "I used to have that natural gloss," she said. "Even in bad lighting, my hair caught the light. Now, it's dry, brittle, and flat." For many women over 50, this slow transformation can be incredibly frustrating. No matter how trendy the cut is or how expensive the color, if the texture of your hair is rough, dry, or lifeless, it can immediately age you. And here's the part no one talks about enough. The health of your hair after 50 is deeply connected to your hormones, hydration, and daily care. The science of aging hair: as estrogen levels drop during and after menopause, the scalp produces less sebum, the natural oil that gives hair its softness and protection. Add in years of heat styling, color treatments, and even sun exposure, and you get the perfect recipe for frizz that won't smooth, ends that split within weeks, hair that looks matte, dull, and lifeless, according to a Mayo Clinic study on aging and hair biology. The natural lipid barrier of the hair fiber becomes compromised over time, leading to dehydration and reduced elasticity. Translation: if you're not actively treating your hair for health, not just style, it will reflect fatigue, stress, and age. How to bring life back into your hair: switch to moisture-rich, sulfate-free products. Look for shampoos and conditioners with argan oil, keratin, biotin, and hyaluronic acid. These ingredients help seal in moisture and rebuild strength from the inside out. Use deep conditioning masks weekly, once a week. Treat your hair to a mask that restores shine and elasticity. A great tip: wrap your hair in a warm towel for 10–15 minutes after applying to boost absorption. Protect from heat and UV damage. Use a thermal protector before blow drying or curling, and don't skip SPF sprays for hair if you're spending time in the sun. Massage the scalp to boost circulation. A few minutes of gentle scalp massage each day can increase blood flow and promote healthier, stronger roots. Plus, it's deeply relaxing. Stay hydrated, and nourished hair is made of protein and water. So what you eat and how much water you drink directly impacts its bounce and glow. Foods rich in omega-3s, vitamin E, zinc, and collagen are your best friends. Bonus: silk pillowcases matter. Switching to a silk pillowcase reduces friction, prevents breakage, and helps your hair retain moisture while you sleep. It's a small luxury with big benefits. Clara took these steps seriously. She started by tossing out her old shampoo full of drying alcohols, switched to a hydrating line with coconut oil, and began doing Sunday evening deep treatments while reading. It became my ritual, she said. Within a month, the difference was noticeable, not just in how her hair looked, but how she felt every morning brushing it. That glow in her hair came back, and with it, a glow in her smile. Remember, people don't notice the number of strands you have. They notice how healthy, shiny, and alive your hair looks. Unhealthy hair, even if styled perfectly, can age you just as much as an outdated cut or harsh color. But the good news: health is fixable, no matter where you're starting from. And now, we've arrived at the final and often overlooked detail. Mistake number 5, wearing the wrong part or style for your face shape. This one is subtle, but it can completely shift the visual balance of your face. Ready for the final transformation tip? Lynette, 60, always parted her hair straight down the middle. She had done it since high school. It's just what worked for my face, she believed. But as time passed, something began to shift. Her cheekbones softened, her jawline relaxed, and suddenly, the center part that once gave her a youthful, bohemian vibe now looked flat, even severe. One day, while helping her granddaughter prep for a dance recital, she tried a soft side part, just for fun, and it changed everything. I looked 10 years younger in the mirror, Lynette laughed. I couldn't believe a simple part could make such a difference. While the right part matters more after 50 as we age, our facial structure naturally changes. The mid-face loses volume. The skin becomes thinner and more delicate. Features that were once bold may begin to flatten or soften. When your hairstyle doesn't evolve with those changes, it can throw your face off balance, drawing attention to wrinkles, deepening lines, or even making the face look wider or longer than it is. According to facial symmetry expert Dr. Dana Mears at Stanford, the hair part acts like a frame. It creates vertical or diagonal lines that shift how we perceive symmetry, age, and energy. Here's what to consider for your face shape. 1. Round face. Avoid blunt cuts at chin length, which can widen the appearance. 2. Long or oval face. A center or soft off-center part can help maintain natural balance. 3. Square or strong jawline. Avoid sharp bobs or heavy bangs that emphasize structure. 4. Heart-shaped face. Avoid too much height at the crown. It can make the forehead more pronounced. Small changes, big impact. Switching from a middle part to a side part can lift the eyes and soften lines across the forehead and between the brows. Angled layers around the cheekbones draw attention upward, creating a natural lift effect. Adding soft bangs or fringe can camouflage forehead lines while adding playfulness and youthfulness. Style tip: change your part every few months. Not only does it reduce breakage and scalp stress, but it helps you discover what flatters your current face best, not your 1998 passport photo. Lynette now switches between a gentle left side part and a slightly off-center style, depending on her mood. I never realized how stuck I was in a pattern, she said. Once I let go of the rules I followed in my 30 seconds, I started feeling more alive, more present. And that's what it's all about, isn't it? We don't need to go backward. We need to show up as the best version of who we are now. Hair isn't just about style. It's about framing the story we're still writing. So here's a quick recap of the 5 hair mistakes to avoid after 50. Sticking to the same haircut for decades. Choosing hair color that's too dark and harsh over thinning or layering hair until it loses body. Ignoring hair health, especially shine, moisture, and strength. Wearing the wrong part or style for your changing face shape. Ready for the final thoughts? Wonderful. Let's close this out with warmth, strength, and inspiration just like you. So, here's the truth no one says loud enough. You are not too old for a new look. You are not too late to glow differently. And your hair? It's not a limitation. It's a canvas. After 50, we're told to minimize, to quiet down, to stay in the shadows. But I'm here to remind you, this is your time to be seen. To walk into a room and feel seen not for your age, but for your energy, your wisdom, your spark. Every hair choice we've talked about today, cut, color, health, these are not about vanity. They are about visibility. They are about making sure your outer presence reflects the powerhouse you've become on the inside. Think about Eileen, Monica, Vivian, Clara, and Lynette. Each one of them made a small change, and it led to a powerful shift, not just in their mirror, but in how they moved, how they smiled, how they carried themselves. And that same possibility exists for you. Maybe it's time to soften the tone of your color, or try a layered cut that actually lifts your features, or finally toss out that drying shampoo and invest in real hair health. Whatever it is, you deserve it, not because you're trying to look younger, but because you're choosing to show up for yourself fully, freely, and unapologetically. And remember, have you ever imagined starting each day with more energy, health, and confidence? My special calendar, 365 Days of Health, Beauty, and Wisdom, has been carefully created with practical tips and daily inspirations that will transform your routine and renew your vitality after 50. Don't wait any longer to live your best days. Click the link pinned in the first comment to get your calendar now. Before you go, tell me in the comments, which of these hair mistakes surprised you the most? Or what's one hair change you're thinking of trying next? Your story might inspire another woman watching. Don't forget to like this video if it made you feel seen, and subscribe for more content made just for you. Because beauty doesn't belong to youth. It belongs to boldness. And you, my friend, are just getting started.